Good morning, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood Ironman 3406 here again, coming at you from Spy Hill, Saskatchewan. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, my name's Nathan. I appreciate you stopping by. You're all familiar, if you're watching this part of our Caterpillar 60 project. Yesterday I told you Grandpa was getting the clutch out of it. He got the clutch out of it, so there's clutch pieces all over the place here. Spider, clutch material, plates. So there's two clutch assemblies here. There's the one out of the other 60 outside, and there's the one out of this 60. After assessment, we've got enough pieces here to build a good clutch, so that is helpful. We don't have to worry about buying any clutch parts. So he got that out. He's actually going to get working at taking the top cover off here today. So we got to get in and look at the steering clutches and whatnot. So he's going to be working at that, and while he's doing that, I am going to be continuing on with engine parts here. You guys will remember we got all the pistons pressed out last time. I didn't realize my camera wasn't going, but I did get one of them all tore apart. I gave one piston a fairly quick clean job just to see what we were dealing with. Got the rings off, etc. I was only able to salvage two of the rings, the rest were all broke. And got the wrist pin pressed out, or popped out. So yeah, what I'm going to do here this morning is keep getting the rods out of the pistons, and then I'll go and get these pistons tore down as well. We did mess up one piston yesterday when we were pressing things apart. This one just pressed a little bit too hard. It's hard to see here. I'll get a light on just a sec. Oh, you can see it in the video there, but we did end up dishing that one top of that one piston in a little bit. She just took a little bit more grunt than we sort of anticipated. I mean, we got it out, but it did concave the top of that piston a little bit. So we have decided we're not going to use these pistons in our engine anyway. We're going to use the 6 3/4 inch pistons. And those jugs as well. So I will get the tripod all set up here, and we'll get some rods taken off these pistons and then get the pistons tidied up. I think we'll be able to probably sell 3 sets of the pistons anyway. Maybe that one if somebody thinks that they can make use of it. I don't know how thick the top of these pistons are, but yeah, anyway, we will get taking these apart, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first step is we got to drive out these wrist pin retainers. So we'll just put a long punch, and we go through this hole here, and then we just drive them out. Like so. Just like that, folks. So now with those retainers off, I can go ahead and get this pin hammered out of here. I am going to throw a little lube inside of here though, because things are tight. bigger hammer. Alright gang, we got all 4 pistons separated from the rods. This one here is that one that I damaged when I was pressing them out, and that was the hardest wrist pin to get out as well. That one was probably the worst stuck one of the bunch, so not really surprised that I pressed in the top of that piston a little bit. She took a lot of force to get her moving. So now I am going to take all these pistons, get them through the washer, clean up the rods, the wrist pins, everything like that. And I'm probably not going to video a whole bunch of me cleaning these things. I'll get you a little bit, but it's me washing parts. Like, it's not that exciting to watch. We're just giving them a real basic cleaning right now. I'm not getting all the rust off, but just getting them roughly cleaned up, so we can see what they look like. Again, I'm more interested in a couple of these rods just because they've got better babbitt in them than some of the other ones, so we'll combine rods as needed to match our crank. The nice thing about, you know, these old rods is there's all these shims in between the rod caps, so you can adjust the shims to get the proper bearing or clearance and crush between your rod and your crank journal. So that's kind of a nice feature on these older engines. But yeah, I'm gonna get to washing. Like I say, I'm not gonna video a whole bunch of it. Alright everybody, so just a little update on what Grandpa's been working on here. He got the rear end all off of this, the fuel tank is off, all the seat, and then the top cover over the rear end here. So just looking in here, giving things an assessment. I think that the rear end is going to have to come out because this steering clutch is not moving, it's froze up. So in order to get those apart, this whole rear end just comes out in one big piece, and then you can start pressing and having fun. So at first glance, you know, the inside of everything here looks pretty good. Give you a look at the inside of the rear end. You know, everything's been oil in there. There's still oil in the case. So that shaft coming through the top there, that was the drive shaft for the Letourneau cable control PCU that used to be right here. We're not putting that back on, so we'll address all that. But yeah, there's your first look at the rear end in our Cat 60. I'm gonna go back to working on my pistons and engine stuff, and I guess Grandpa's gonna start getting stuff taken apart in here, take the rear end out. So I'll get you some video of that when that happens. Alright everybody, well, I didn't waste a bunch of time videoing me cleaning this up because it's not really that relevant, because most of this isn't being used in the engine anyway. But just to give you a look at everything here, number 1 piston, wrist pin retaining clips, wrist pin, the 2 rings that I was able to save, connecting rod, babbitt inside. Number 2, kind of same story. The only 2 rings I was able to save, the wrist pin, rod, babbitt. Number 3, this one I managed to save 3 rings, wrist pin, connecting rod, babbitt. And then number 4, this one's going to be a paperweight. I'll turn it into some kind of cool thing to put on my desk, I guess, because that one, when we were pressing out, was the one that pressed the hardest. This was number 4. If you remember what it looked like in there, we had to use the porta power to actually press it off the crank. Again, managed to save 2 rings on that one. Wrist pin's in a lot worse shape. There's some pretty heavy pitting on it on the other side there, and some dark rust areas. Connecting rod itself, the babbitt surfaces are pretty rough in here, pitted pretty bad with rust. But again, might salvage a couple rods, but that might be the only thing out of this stuff. Probably be selling 3 pistons and a couple rods maybe, depending on what a guy's looking for. But there's a shot of all the piston rings after they came off. Various pieces of what's left of oil rings, compression rings. I did my best to try and save those, but they just were so rusty, and the ones that I got off, but the ones that broke apart. So that's where we're at with all of the pistons that were seized. So hope you enjoyed that little just getting them pressed apart and seeing what they look like all cleaned up. I mean, there's a little bit of effort. A lot of these parts would still be salvageable, but we've got another 4 sets of pistons and rods that weren't seized up or anything like that. So we're gonna use our 6 3/4 inch pistons and jugs and salvage what we might need to, like I say, from a couple rods here. So that's the update on the pistons and rods. Now back on to Grandpa's project here, getting the rear end and everything out. We got all of the bolts that hold the hub, if you want to call it that, to the steering clutch drum on both sides, or he got them all out. He's also got all the brake mechanism taken apart on the left hand side. Right hand side, things are seized a little bit, so he's going to get that off tomorrow. And then he's got to get the steering clutch knuckles, or whatever you want to call them, I can't remember the technical term for them, off, top cover off, and then we'll be able to lift that whole rear end assembly out of there and start assessing things. We did get that power control, or PCU, off. It's over here on the floor if anybody's interested in having a look at it. I don't know. There it is, off of the tractor. Great big long drive shaft. That's that drive shaft that goes into that input shaft coming out of the transmission case on the top that I showed you earlier. But yeah, there it is in its glory. Anybody wants to buy that, or if anybody knows anybody looking for a single drum PCU that would fit on a Cat 60, let me know in the comments, because we'd probably be willing to part with it to the right person, because we are not putting a dozer back on the 60s. So yeah, shoot me a comment, we'll get into that. So for what's next on the pistons and jugs that came off of the frame that's in the shop here, I'm not going to do a whole bunch more of those here this week. Those are salvageable. Somebody could reuse those jugs quite easily, so those will go up for sale as well. But what we are going to do, or what I am going to do for the rest of the week, is get these liners all cleaned up, run a hone through them real quick, just lightly, to get rid of all the grit and imperfections. I will get on to cleaning and making the pistons all ready to go into the engine. Like I say, swapping rods, etc., that I might need to, because a couple of these got some Babbitt chunks missing out of them. So that's what I'm going to get at here next. So stay tuned, and we'll get you hooked up here. All right, everybody, I'm going to call this one a wrap. It was kind of a shorter one, just getting those pistons taken apart off of the rods, tidying them up, cleaning them up, showing you what they look like sort of tidied up. Again, I'm going to get into this engine stuff here in the next couple days, so I'll get you some footage of that. And we'll keep plugging away here. We got lots to do, and we keep finding more things that are a little bit wrong as we keep going along, as is sort of the norm with this stuff. So we'll keep you updated as we go, but that's going to do it for this episode. Appreciate everybody following along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notifications button so that you know when the next episode comes out for this Caterpillar 60 project. Don't forget, I am Iron Man. See you next time.